To be welcomed myself. My name is Matro Morake, and as you can see, Bafana Bafana, we've just arrived from trip Cameroon and Ethiopia. As you all know about the results yesterday, we won't take much of your time and the players' time because they need to get on the road. So I'll ask President to come and say a few words. May he be followed by the head of delegation, Mr. Vincent Seka. And then Mr. Sega will be followed by the head coach, and then we'll close with the captain also saying a few words. Gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Program Director, CEO, HOD, and other members of the executive that are here, head coach and the technical team, captain and all the players, members of the media, and of course our wonderful supporters that are here this afternoon. I must just indicate it's just been a long stay out there. 2 games away from home, first in Cameroon and then out in Ethiopia. Fortunate enough, you followed whatever was happening out there. But I'm standing here to say, as the president of the National Association, and on behalf of everyone out there in terms of the executive committee, we're very proud of our boys and of course our coach and his technical team. I must say, you did not disappoint, except that the result might have disappointed. The commitment was really something to think about and something that says we have a future from our coach and the boys. And just to say, on behalf of the National Association, we thank all the support from the country, those that were praying for us, and of course, unfortunately, most of our supporters could not make it out there because of the distance and of course, coast-wise. But I must say, I stand here saying there's a future in South African Football Association. And coach, I want you to work all together with your technical team, captain, players, continue to work tall. It was not meant to be on the day, and that's how it is. If Lady Luck is not on your side, that's how it is. And members of the media, I guess you'll have more time to get in touch with the coach going forward, but for now, it suffices from my side to say we are back home. We're looking forward to other challenges taking this organization forward. Thank you.
Well, supporters, everybody. Well, obviously it's nice to be back home. It's been a tough 2 weeks for us. But he said that I think the president said everything. You know, we went out there over the last couple of weeks to play 2 very important games against Kar and Ethiopia. And the first trip was very difficult, and the second one, of course, we didn't win it. You know, we did our best, but from the playing side, I think everything went very well. I'm very pleased with the performance of the players as individuals and as a team, and it's so nice to see them growing in stature. Every single time we play a game, we're getting better and better. So from that point of view, it's been a tough trip for us, and obviously we're all very disappointed because we wanted to qualify. And qualifying, of course, was the most important thing. We haven't done that, and we're all very disappointed. But the way, you know, if ever a team has to lose a game or get knocked out of a competition, it's the way we got knocked out. You know, with passion, with commitment, with attitude, with a good with pride. So to the guys, I say, well done, gents. It's been a pleasure, and look forward to moving forward from here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm protocol observed. Yeah, I mean, from the players' side, we just want to thank you for the undying support. We've been away from home, difficult conditions, difficult environment to settle in, but I think all the players have done well. The technical team has prepared the team very well, mentally and physically, to adapt to the conditions. And yeah, like the coach said, we all disappointed for not making it, but it wasn't easy. It was difficult, but we managed to show character, and the team spirit was very high. We fought as a team, and yeah, we all disappointed at the end of the day, but we made a huge progress from where we were a couple of years ago to where we are today, and we're really looking to the brighter future. And yeah, thank you very much for the support to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May I at this point ask the coach and the president to come and stand before me here, beside me here, and then we can we can open a few questions to the media. The president and the coach.
President.
Can you just say who you are and where you're from?
Okay, but you can hear me. I think the microphone is not working properly. Benjamin Nyirenga, so glad on the President. It's unfortunate we couldn't qualify as you have said, but the last time we spoke in Santi, just soon after our unfortunate exit away from AFCON, you said that we are going to keep in coach for another 3 to 4 years. Do you still stand by those words after not out of the World Cup qualifier?
Thank you very much. I think all of you in this house will agree that the coach has done very well from where we're coming from to where we are. Well, of course, we had clearly set out certain requirements for the coach to go through. Yes, I did indicate that under normal circumstances, any coach get employed for a term or a cycle of 4 years in terms of the World Cup. Surely he jumped in at the last minute. As you know, we had a coach. And that, I must emphasize, we're going to take this process forward through the right technical team. But my words as a president is, he's the best coach we have. And surely, if we need to make progress, this is the coach. Thank you.
John T. from the Star newspaper. I just want to ask Gordon if he's aware that Ethiopia are under investigation for fielding an ineligible player in the game against Botswana, which could result in them being docked 3 points and could throw a lifeline to South Africa in terms of qualifying for the World Cup. And if so, obviously a bit of reaction to that.
Yeah, look, we heard about it this morning. You know, we this morning very early of the hours we had to get up very early, catch our flight, and there was talk about it. You know, but from our point of view, we've heard the player was suspended and he played a game against Botswana, and FIFA taking action, but that's as much as we know. You know, from our point of view, you know, we'll just see what happens. I mean, we obviously got one more game to play against Botswana, and they've got to play against Ethiopia, you know. So let's see what happens. But whatever that result doesn't affect us unless they get docked points and we win the last game and they win or lose the last game.
Any more questions?
Good afternoon, Coach and the President. Steno Shlope from Power FM Sports. My question is, with the World Cup qualifying now seemingly out of the way, what's the next big hurdle? What's the next big thing that we look forward to, and where does the team go to from here looking forward?
Thank you very much. You know, we had all our energies behind the World Cup, and surely it's back to the drawing board as to how we move forward. Fortunate enough, the CEO and the acting technical director are calling a meeting of the technical committee to begin to look forward as to what is there out there. And as you know, there ain't any other major tournament that we could think about. It's AFCON 2015 in particular. And of course, there's COSAFA now in July. And those are the two major activities that are there. And of course, the Mandela Challenge and Mandela Celebrations. Those are the ones. And of course, Chen come January, February next year.
All right, and from the coach's side, maybe anything that you could do differently going forward, or do you think you're on the right track as far as the team is concerned?
Well, I certainly do believe we're on the right track. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We're moving forward. We've overcome some big obstacles. Originally, when I first joined, I remember very clearly we couldn't score goals. We're scoring goals. We couldn't win away from home. We're winning away from home. The team is united. The team is playing with passion, with commitment. You know, there's a lot of positives. We've got an identity at the moment. I think we're playing the type of football that people want to see us playing, and we're playing attacking and winning football. So yes, there's work. There's plenty of work to do. And the president just mentioned that there's some huge tournaments coming up with of course 2015 the African Cup of Nations, and then the Chen tournament, and then before that is the COSAFA Cup. So yes, there's lots of games for us to play and lots of room for improvement. But the nice thing is, as I said before, we're going forward, and I think the guys are doing a great job.
Can you have the last 2 questions?
Yeah, Sisama Jordan Daily Sun, two mistakes again. You've talked about the positives, that's fine. And maybe if you can pinpoint some negatives heading forward, some negatives that you sort of want to see ironed out heading forward. And also COSAFA Cup, what sort of squad are you looking at for COSAFA? Has that been finalized or in your plan?
Okay, you guys love negatives, eh? You love the negatives. Well, from my point of view, to be very, very honest with you, I don't like negatives, and I've turned all the negatives into positives. So there's been a lot of positives, really. The negatives were we weren't able to get our flight from one area to the next. The other negative was the puncture tyres. Those are all negatives. But other than that, footballing-wise, as I said earlier on, we're making huge strides forward in all areas. And let's just keep that going like that. The next question was, sorry? Yeah, the COSAFA Cup, prior to me going overseas, my technical team and I, we met most of the chairmen and coaches and managers of the teams. And obviously we have to have a relationship with these, because without the PSL teams, there is no national team. We need the players to come to us in good condition, and we need to have a good relationship with the coaches, which we've built up. So there's another positive, let's have a negative. All the positives with the coaches and the teams and the managers. And what I'm going to do over the next couple of days or weeks before the next tournament is identify a few players from each squad that I need. And for example, if I've got 6 players from Maritzburg United, I'm going to go get them and say, these are the players I'd like to call up. Which of these players can you release? And there might be 1 or 2 players that's coming back from an injury and they don't want to release those players, which we'll understand. And working together, we'll get a team to go and play, you know, and try and be competitive. We need to understand, of course, that our main priority over the next couple of years, as we've always said, is to make sure that we're in good standings on the FIFA rankings. And of course, this tournament we played in, there's going to be FIFA rankings there. So we always want to, at all times, play the best possible team that represents our country, and always try and win games. So that's our next move over the next couple of days.
Last question?
Jabulongit from the Citizen. My question is to President Matanda. When we failed to qualify for the 2010 and 2012 AFCON, what lesson is it that you took from those failures and you took forward into preparation for the future from that? And do you think that in terms of our planning, is it proper, or because when Gordon, the coach, took over in 2010 with the mandate to reach the AFCON semi-finals in 2012, in 2013 and 2014, which was 2 years away, there wasn't much hindsight in terms of our planning for 2015 and 2018?
Thank you very much. Your question is both policy and of course technical. I can talk in terms of policy. Of course, planning is something that you cannot forget if you want to run an effective organization, and that we're doing very thoroughly. And that's why our committees that are relevant meet from time to time to work on that. And of course, the other lesson we learned was when that coach could not make it, ultimately we got rid of him, and we now have a new coach that's really turning things around. And those are good lessons we've learned out of it. Not to waste time when things are not going right. And here we are saying things are going right, and we need to reinforce on that and move forward. Can I just lastly say, it is not a question but a comment, and of course appreciation. It's an appreciation of the discipline and commitment I have experienced out there with the players. And I think it's worth saying to them, and of course their parents, their guardians, and the teams that look after them, they are a wonderful team. And to you boys, if you continue to be disciplined the way you are, the limit will only be yourself. The future is bright for you. Thank you.
Well, with that, we've come to the end of our gathering here today. Let me say to everyone, have a lovely day, or what's left of it.